What's up, you guys? Godzilla fan freaks coming at you today with another figure review. And today we are taking a look at an older Star Wars figure. Today we are taking a look at the Star Wars The Power of the Force figure line, I guess is what you would call it. And we are looking at the Bossk figure. As some of you may know from my Bossk Black Series review, Bossk is pretty much my favorite bounty hunter in Star Wars. I just love him. I never thought he got enough screen time or anything like that in the films. He did show up in some of the comics and whatnot, but I think Bossk deserves a little bit more than what he was given. And I always liked to know more about the Trandoshan species, which is what his species is called in the Star Wars universe. But take a look at the packaging for him. Here's the little kind of like window for the figure. It's got a little dust on it, sorry. But I do have the packaging, and it's still kind of on there. Just the way I took it out was, that way pretty much. But very nice, kind of shiny holographic picture of Bossk there. And then, of course, on the back, you have like a kind of not really a write-up, but kind of giving his stats and whatnot, as well as some other bounty hunters in the background there, as well as some of the other figures that came out in this line during this wave. So overall, very nice. Very nice, box, very nice, kind of retro looking. And yeah, definitely. I'll read you his stats just for the hell of it. So his height is 1.9 meters. Status, bounty hunter. Classification, Trandoshan, which is his species. Affiliation, he's a freelance bounty hunter. And weapon of choice, blaster rifle. So that's about it for Bossk there. So now let's take a look at the figure. He's very tiny, very small. Here's the size of my hand, so kind of get an idea how big he is. I'm not going to be doing scaling with this guy. But let's get right on into this review with paint job. Paint job for Bossk. Looks very nice. No bit of slop whatsoever, even around the face and everything. For how small and kind of older figure that this is. Paint job is very pristine, very clean. Browns for his, skin and scales on his body. Very nice creamy yellow for his space suit with some, whites and kind of grayish other things mixed in. Even the patches on his arms are very nicely well done. And those are mixed in with, you got some blue and purple, red and black. So again, those are very nice and pristine and clean. No bit of slop whatsoever. His eyes are a nice orange with black pupils, and even they got a little bit of his teeth painted too with a little bit of white. Very nicely well done. Claws on his hands and his feet are actually kind of like at least on his feet, they're kind of like a grayish, and on his hands, they're a normal bone ivory color. The color of his guns are pretty much a grayish silver, I want to say. Not too shiny of a silver, just a little bit, hint of it in the paint, but it's pretty much all gray for his blaster pistol and blaster rifle. So, and that about does it for paint job, A little bit of silver here and there on his vest, but overall, that's about it. Detail on this guy looks great. Again, for how small it is, it's fantastic. All the wrinkles and everything in his spacesuit, very nicely well done. All the little, grooves and patterns and everything just look great. The scales on his arms and his legs and his feet, very nicely etched into the sculpt. Little tiny back heel spikes here. Head and face look great. You can definitely tell that it's Bossk for sure. His weapons, they look like a blaster pistol and a blaster rifle from Star Wars, that's for sure. So, nothing too crazy. But again, for how small this guy is, detail and paint job is really pristine, really good. So, moving on to articulation, he can look left and he can look right. He cannot look up or down. His arms pretty much move the same, up or down, no elbow joints whatsoever. No wrist joints, no nothing. He does have a waist joint to where you can turn him left or right. His legs do kick forward and kick backward, kind of. They don't really kick backward too much, but only so far. And no ankle joint or feet joint or anything. So articulation is limited. Again, he's a small figure, but everything's said and done with paint job and detail, and just a little bit of added articulation, looks great. And he does come with the blaster pistol, which fits really well in his hand. And the blaster rifle really doesn't fit all that well. There's no really way for him to grab it. So the blaster rifle, I kind of just have draped, over his arm pretty much, and kind of like that. I kind of just have it, hooked, with this strap over his shoulder. So I'm kind of just having that, pointing the blaster pistol. But other than that, great figure. Again, I'm not really going to scale him with anything just because he is really small, and I really don't have anything really small to scale him up with. But that pretty much does it for this review on the Star Wars Power of the Force Bossk figure. And like always, we are Godzilla fan freaks. Hope you enjoyed this review. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video review. Thank you for watching.